can do here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. Guys, Devin Booker, even in his rookie season, you saw something special with the way he can score the ball, and he just keeps on getting better. Can he be the top scoring two-guard at some point in his career?
Top scoring, yes, but his goal should be the top overall two-guard, two-way player. I think he has the ability to score, and we've seen that early in his career. Now his anticipation on the defensive end and his aggressiveness on the defensive end, if that increases, he has a chance to be the best two-guard in 5 years.
And I agree with you, Kenny, and he's already a problem to defend without doubling. His kick can fat out play.
And with that, just about time for tip. We'll see you later.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that was a close call. They pulled it out with a win and just 2 points at that, but it wasn't easy.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
They capitalized on so many opportunities. The offense tonight just extremely fluid.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say. Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask
it
again.
So
hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. Do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
And it's the Suns to start out. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Sabonis is out there with Young. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop him.
Now, here's Warren. Here's Chris. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's the break. Here's Young. It's hauled in by Warren. Pacers on defense. To the inside. Ulis got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Count the basket. Bogdanovich has got his first 2 points of the night.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Double by Bogdanovich. Pass to Chris. Now here's Ulis, and the wide open shot from Warren, and the three off target.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, a high percentage scorer, an efficient shooter, and he loves that mid-range area.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Collison, and laid in to finish the break.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
Now, here's Ulis. He's covered by Collison. To end the run, and it falls over the rim and in.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Yeah, you could see it in the faces of some of the players, just really anxious and amped up for this one. Let's see if this puts them on the right path.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Over in the corner, Warren. Back to Ulis. Pass to Warren. And it's Warren with the jam.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
Here's Young, and Young slams it home.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Suns trail by 9. There's a screen by Chris. Shot off the pick. Ulis can't get it to go. For Indiana, they've gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Booker the pass to Chris. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Connects from three-point range.
Marquise Chris is becoming a better scorer, more familiar with those areas on the floor. That time catch and shoot.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Phoenix is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Over in the corner, Warren. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Tries it from 9. Here's Young, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Young's got 7 points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, you're just not going to win many committing turnovers at the rate they did. That was just outrageous.
So hard when it's weighted like that and you're competing and you're making mistakes, and then on the other end your opponent is playing flawlessly.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The Suns 5th.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Now, here's Ulis. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Man, it seemed like Marquise Chris was not going to be denied, and he wasn't.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Here's Sabonis. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now here's Booker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Oladipo. And Young with the stuff.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Here's Booker. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Suns moving the ball around. Chandler with a screen for Ulis. Young with the steal. Here's Oladipo. Oh,
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Pacers leading by 14. Here's Collison. That one goes. Count it. Collison's got 6.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Chandler a screen to the paint. Here's Chris, and that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Bogdanovich. That one's not going to go. And Phoenix the other way now. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
Yeah, 2 clubs that rarely face off, East versus West. This is going to be a nice treat for the fans.
Well, kicking off this 2-game season series, I expect a lot of feeling out by both teams and the coaching staff, and then a number of subsequent adjustments in this one.
Suns trail by 14. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Bogdanovich. All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now, here's Ulis. Here's Chris. The offensive rebound. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Pacers.
And they took a balanced approach for the most part. They didn't get caught up in any one aspect of the game. They got their points all over the floor.
Indiana leading by 16. And Young, here we go. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. And here's Warren for 3. Pacers with the rebound.
His touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots. The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Now, here's Ulis from about 16. Chris with another miss. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Young with the ball.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Sabonis. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. Joseph, he's checked in for Oladipo. And Joseph Young subbed in for Darren Collison.
One shot.
And we have so many great spot-up shooters in this league, but from what you've seen, who are some of the best shooters off the dribble?
First guy I think about, Kevin, is Kevin. It's Durant, though, not you. I know you're a great shooter.
I was a good shooter.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant's efficiency after transferring over from OKC to Golden State, it's really remarkable how much he's learned to play without the basketball, yet still having a career-efficient year. Him off the dribble is dangerous for anybody. It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
chance to see the numbers for Stevenson. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Daniels kicks to Bender. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Bender's got his first 3 points of the game. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less era. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible. Just to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating him.
Joseph, that's good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Jackson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
There's the pick. Passes to Bender, feeds to Jackson. And again, it's the Suns missing. And it's the Pacers with the ball. That's good from Jefferson on the assist from Thaddeus Young. Jefferson's got his first basket of the night.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
Here's Joseph, and he uses the glass on the layup. Joseph's got his second bucket tonight.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
And here's Stevenson for 3. The Suns shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Here's Jackson, buries it down low. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon down low operating in the paint. He is incredibly effective there.
Good D by Stevenson. Pacers leading by 23. Here's Joseph. Basket good. Joseph's got his third basket of the night.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Now here's Bender. 14 points from him the last game against Houston. Cannon kicks to Jackson. Jackson missing again.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Jefferson, no good on that one. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Outside Jackson. He kicks it to Cannon. Here's the floater. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here's Young from the arc. Drops in the tray. Young's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Cannon can't hit. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Young. And he can't hit the second. Well, Phoenix shooting just 35% to start the game. Daniels, no good. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leaving. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
Here's Cannon following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Over in the corner, Bender. Shot to stop the run. Offensive rebound. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Relentless. I mean, Jackson just giving it his all on the backboard.
Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Cannon dishes to Daniels. There's the screen. He tries for 3. Cannon can't hit. Here's Young. That one a little long. Here's Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. 6 points for Josh Jackson.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close-range shot over the top of the D.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more in store for you right after this. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly, he talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Bender out there with Len. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Jackson. And it's Daniels in at the 2 guard. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. The first free throw is good. Right now, Brent, so much ball movement is perimeter based, but as defenses have adjusted, do you think we'll see more offense run through the post again like we did before?
I think what we're seeing, Kevin, is that post-up play is being redefined by more guards, more guys who draw attention down there on the block. And that's the way these shifts are happening. The offense right now in today's NBA is so far ahead of what defensive concepts have taught you for years that the post-up game, it'll be a few years before we get back to dynamic post-play.
I find that comment you just made fascinating, that it's that much advanced over the defense now.
Yeah, because think about it, Kevin. For years and years, you've had coaching staffs and film guys talking to you about the basic qualities of a defense, and that is rim runs for the big, getting back into the paint, and building your defense out. You do that today, you're at a disadvantage on most every possession.
Buries the long-range jumper.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line, or you risk getting burned.
Jackson with it. Jefferson picks him up. Here's Len. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And Alex Len, the 5th overall pick from the 2013 draft, is with all young centers, Brent. He took some time to adjust to the league.
Well, he will turn 25 years old during the season, so you wonder if Phoenix's style of play is something that ends up winning out rather than what Alex Len provides for you in terms of his size, his ability down low to block shots and maybe score some points. But he's a center that still has potential.
That free throw good from Len. And here is Jefferson. 8 points his last outing. Stevenson drives in. Kept alive. Good on the bucket.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Bender with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And there's Al Jefferson on the assist from Joseph. 6 points for Al Jefferson.
Yeah, the job he does inside, just phenomenal. Jefferson can make defenders look silly when he's in the post. That's how good his moves are.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they've played that style. The Suns and that run and gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Offensive rebound, Sabonis. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Chandler, the pass to Booker. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
You got to play up on Devin Booker even when he doesn't have the ball. Once he catches the pass, he's ready to let it go.
Ulis can't get it to go. The Pacers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching.
Timeout.
And they always attempt to wear you out.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And Sabonis is a very skilled young big man. He stepped right into the starting role last year with the Thunder and consistently was getting about 20 minutes trying to figure out where it is that he could be effective. The one thing about Sabonis that I think is going to help him is more touches around the paint. Last year, a lot of room to grow as a perimeter player. We'll see if he can put it together this year.
And for those of you wondering why Sabonis' name sounds familiar, well, he is the son of the legendary Lithuanian player Arvydas Sabonis.
Well, if you watch the two of those guys side by side, the one thing that stands out between the Sabonis big men is the fact that they are very, very skilled. They have great vision and a great sense of the game, almost playing like guards at times from the post-up area.
And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. Number 1, Darren Collison.
He is so exceptional from long range that it forces the defense out and really opens things up for him, which makes it easier for him to set up his teammates.
You always think about a point guard making penetration plays, but ability to drill the ball from three-point land, there's just no way to defend something like that. He can beat you with his passing or just step back and bury a trademark long-range three ball.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Over in the corner, Bender from past the arc. They get it back. Off on the layup.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Dishes it to Bender. The three. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix. Here's Chandler. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Chandler's got his second basket of the night. Now Ulis. Out to the wing. Bender with a wide open look. Off target with his three.
Been a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It goes on Devin Booker.
And when you watch Oladipo, you just like his explosiveness. Every moment he can come out there, he's got some room to get to it. He could take off on you and make something extremely exciting and athletic happen. He streamlined his game a little bit, so when he's not playing in a hesitant mode, he becomes that much more impactful.
And he makes the first. Brent Oladipo, as you said, can just be a ball of energy out there on the floor.
I like the fact that Oladipo is honing in on his skilled shots. Still trying to figure out exactly what he does well, but he can't be passive. He's got to be aggressive. When he makes those kind of decisive plays, it ends up helping him and his teammates more often.
Oladipo hits them both. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways, in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open three for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless.
And the first one drops.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Collison hits them both. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Warren against Bogdanovich. Stolen by Collison. Here's Leaf. Bender with the rebound.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
Sabonis with the bucket.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Here's Ulis. Chandler with the screen on Collison. Here's Ulis. The pass to Chris. Shot from 12. Doesn't go that time. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Oladipo. Count that one. Oladipo's got 8.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
There's a screen by Chris. Booker against Bogdanovich. And Booker kicks to Chandler. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Indiana moving it around. Sabonis, no good. Phoenix shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Booker dishes to Chandler. Over in the corner, Warren. Pass to Chris. Kicks to Booker. To the middle. Here's Chandler. To the left side wing. Just 4 to shoot. It's tipped. Warren, good. He's got 6.
That's just smart basketball. Ideally, you love for all of your shots to come from that spot.
Sabonis, no good. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Young's checked in for Leaf. Ulis with it. Over in the corner, Warren. Down low. And Chandler throws it down.
Got to keep Chandler out of the paint when he's in there that close to the rim with that size. He's ramming it home.
Bogdanovich. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
That's tipped and stolen by Bogdanovich. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 6 assists here tonight. The Suns shooting 47% from the floor since the end of the first quarter. Chandler right side. Rebounded by Collison. Indiana controlling the game. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Warren the pass to Booker. Oladipo with the double team. It's deflected. It's taken away by Collison. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. Got a hand on it. Ulis with it. Picked up by Collison. The rebound by Young. Young's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Here's Warren. Sinks that one from the post. Warren's got 6 here in this quarter.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Young's shot is off. Phoenix shooting 40% from the field. Right wing. Here's Chris. Not really his range, and it's off target.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Offensive rebound. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Collison. That one good for 2. Collison's got 12.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Free throw line jump shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's 6 points for Tyler Ulis.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Collison, no good.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Warren dishes to Ulis. Back to Warren. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 7th assist in the game. Oladipo with the ball. Now guarded by Ulis. Oladipo, good.
And finishing inside, something Oladipo has worked on, learning to deal with NBA size down low.
Here's a screen by Chris. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading.
Ooh! Okay.
That's how you attack. Wow. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. No good from Booker.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Dives for it, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Pacers.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
We've got 1:23 left here in the second. Here's Joseph. Rebound by the Suns.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Warren with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's Daniels. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the half. Cannon kicks to Len. Warren on the wing. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
Shots good from Young. And here are the Suns now. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Young slams it home.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The feed now to Jefferson. Shoots over Len. Jefferson's shot is off. Jackson. The shot, no good. And so it's Indiana, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Thaddeus Young had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. One guy who's getting it done is Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Bogdanovich out there with Young. And it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. There's the dish to Warren. And it's Warren with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
The Suns shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Poked away. And Young slams it home.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Pass to Warren. Lets it go from 11 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. And Young comes over to help. Here's Chris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Chris has got 9. And Warren last season had his.
No goodness. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Passes it to Oladipo. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. 14 points for him.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Inside. It's deflected.
Sabonis has to use good timing in order to block shots. That time he did.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Pacers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. Both free throws good from Thaddeus Young. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Now, here's Ulis. He has 6. Shoots from the elbow. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Warren, good. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Thaddeus Young with the slam.
And for a 2-guard, Oladipo has some great vision, a very good passer, and a nice find there.
The Suns have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating
in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode. And this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better, but you'll wonder as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he can go.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
And it's Indiana's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Collison. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now, here's Ulis. He's tightly guarded. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Oladipo, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Booker in the corner. Fires the three. Here's Chandler. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, Chandler's being aggressive right now on the glass. Does a terrific job staying active and collecting the rebound.
The Suns have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Ulis with it. Picked up by Collison. And it's Chris in the corner. No good from outside. Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Young. And Young with the stuff.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Chandler with the screen on Collison. Trying his luck deep. Chris with another miss. Pacers shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. A second chance effort. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got 8.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Lobbed up there for Chandler. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And a moment to see numbers for Darren Collison. Averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Stolen by Collison. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. Leaf checked in for Indiana. And here is Ulis. He has 6. Tipped away. Knocks it loose. And the Pacers with possession here. And here are the Pacers now. And Oladipo, here we go. It's hauled in by the Suns. Chris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Feeds it to Ulis. There's the pass to Chris. On the wing, Booker. 6 to shoot. The wide open look here for Ulis. No good on the 3.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Booker outside. Fires for 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Count it. 20 points for Victor Oladipo.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Ulis passes to Chandler. Doubled by Collison. Ulis kicks to Chris. Warren against Bogdanovich. Back to Chris. Shot to end this cold run. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Sabonis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 16.
Yeah, and Bogdanovic, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now Chris. He's got 9. Here's Warren. Here's Ulis. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 9.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
And you see Bogdanovic, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovic.
And Bogdanovic is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. The Pacers also changing it up. Al Jefferson's checked in for Sabonis. Lance Stevenson comes in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. And so he hits both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Well, Phoenix shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Bender dishes to Jackson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And you got to love the unselfish play of Bender. When he sees a teammate wide open, he does not hesitate at all to whip the ball over to him.
Jefferson, an easy 2 points on the layup.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Jefferson with the double team. Jackson kicks to Bender. The shot from 20 feet away. Len passes to Jackson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in. And both free throws good for Jefferson. Here is Daniels. He's got 6. Jackson a screen on Stevenson. Dishes to Cannon. Glenn a screen. Here's Bender. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Daniels dishes to Jackson. No good on the triple. Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Young. Goes back up. Tries yet again. Jefferson's shot is off.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely. He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
Goes up at the stripe. Jefferson missing again. The Suns shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Here's Len. Lays it up and banks it in. Len's got 5.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Shot's good by Jefferson.
And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
The Suns shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. There's a good screen. Jefferson with the double team. From downtown, that's good from Bender on the assist by Cannon. Bender's got 8 here in the quarter.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Here's Jackson. That shot missing, and Indiana will go the other way with it. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Young's running. Good on the 13-footer. Young's got his third basket of the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
There's Cannon with the 3. And Indiana shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point.
I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Ulis.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, enough force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
Here's Stevenson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Shots good from Young. Young's got 9.
I like that recognition, effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Daniels kicks to Bender. Len with it. Jefferson picks him up. Daniels passes to Bender. Just 5 on the clock. Over Jefferson. They get the rebound. Len drops in the layup for 2. Len's got 4 this quarter.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Here's Jefferson. And off the glass. That one's good.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Knocked loose. One-on-one fast break. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
"17 seconds left in the third. Here's Cannon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
Young outside. And Young slams it home.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
And you can see now Jackson starting to shoot that shot with ease. A lot of confidence now flowing through the young fella.
And so it's Indiana holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Well, Phoenix shooting not great, 40% for the game. Peters out there with Jared Dudley. Then there's Len. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Daniels in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Bit of a numbers game. More boards, obviously, meaning more possession. And that's been reflected tonight in the score.
Cannon dishes to Dudley. Layup off the pick. Here's Poitras. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Cannon. A rebound by Jefferson.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Cannon kicks to Daniels. Back to Cannon. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal. Due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these two great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Knocked away. Monroe's checked in for Len. And the Pacers also making a change. Anabogu's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Here is Daniels. Monroe outside. Poked away. And up the court come the Pacers on the break.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Here is Daniels. He's covered by Joseph. Daniels passes to Cannon. Here's Peters. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Pacers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Screen by Monroe. They need this. Peters misses. The Pacers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the right side. Dudley dishes to Monroe. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. So for the Suns, Chris, he's checked in for Peters. And it's Booker in for Troy Daniels. For Indiana, they've gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Bucket is good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, on both ends of the floor, Kevin. They've lost some confidence along the way.
And they pick up 2.
Well, Greg Monroe has been above 50% from the field for his career, so highly efficient offensive player. Defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Cannon kicks to Chris. Sinks the three-pointer.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
There's a screen by Chris. Cannon kicks to Monroe. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Monroe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Out left to the wing. Chris pass to Booker. Inside. And Monroe with the basket on the assist by Booker. Booker's got 3 assists tonight. Jefferson with it. Now Monroe defending. And he comes up with the deuce.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
And Booker kicks to Monroe. There's a screen by Chris. And it's off the back rim. No good. Indiana's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. The shot's good. 25 points for Al Jefferson.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Cannon dishes to Monroe. It's stolen by Jefferson. Finished off the break. Jefferson's got 27 points.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Cannon, and the foul on Al Jefferson. That's foul number 2 for him. Brent, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression.
Monroe, terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around. Pacers shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Phoenix has gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Cannon kicks to Booker. Monroe left side. Here's Chris, and Chris throws it down.
Chris finding a nice rhythm in this game and getting to the spots on the floor where he can be most effective.
Jefferson's shot is off. Suns have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. There's a screen by Chris. It's stolen by Jefferson. Fast break, here they come. Got it. Good job in the low post. Jefferson's got 12 now in this quarter.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Cannon kicks to Chris. Booker the pass to Monroe. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
If you ever did decide to go into coaching, Brent, would you also like to be the general manager to ensure you have the players that you really want to coach?
Well, I'd also like a new car and a Learjet, Kevin. If I could get those two, I'll try my best.
Yeah.
But
I hear you. I know.
I really think that relegating that role to somebody else that you can be on the same page with is the best way to go. It's a fresh set of eyes.
That's the key. I totally agree.
Fresh set of eyes, and they have the time to devote to what your team and your roster is going to need while you make sure you're developing the roster yourself. So I think having a general manager do his job and a coach do his job might be the way that I would prefer to do things, although we've seen other guys have success in both roles.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. So it's Phoenix now. Cannon kicks to Booker. Pass to Chris. Back to Booker. There's Cannon with the 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Monroe's got 12 points in just the second half.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Here's Leaf. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. There's a screen by Chris. Here's Booker. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Booker to the cup with confidence. Feels like he can beat anybody off the dribble right now.
Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widen?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
That shot a little beyond his normal range. And he's now got the double-double. 12 points and 10 assists. Screened by Monroe. Cannon dishes to Monroe. Over Jefferson. It's hauled in by Leaf. Leaf's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Poitras. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Stevenson against Booker. Pass to Chris. The 3 from Dudley. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, Chris is such a versatile big man. I like to see him whip the ball over and get it to an open teammate.
That's tipped, but he stays with it. To the paint. Here's Poitras. Here's Jefferson. And at last, they get one to fall. Jefferson's got 31 points. Cannon kicks to Monroe. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
You got to play up on Monroe, the catch-and-shoot game coming through.
Here's Jefferson. Shoots over Monroe. Jefferson's shot is off. Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Kicks to Cannon. He feeds it to Booker. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't look as emotionally charged nowadays, at least just by the first appearance. Is there a way to get that back the way it was?
I don't think so, Kevin, just because everything is too accessible for us. It used to be that the distance between those cities seemed to be the exact mileage that the cities were that far apart. Now you can pick up your phone and you feel like if you're in San Francisco, you might as well be in LA.
Sure.
And so it's really hard to get that dynamic to happen. It's got to happen more organically, which is what we've seen between Golden State and Cleveland appearing in the finals the past couple years. That's really helped the league to see those two teams do battle for the league's greatest prize.
And the Suns making a change here. Len's checked in. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And that's now 6 points for Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Stevenson's got 4 points in the quarter. The Suns shooting very well right now, 52% in this fourth quarter. They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Indiana.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Al Jefferson.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Chalk up 2 there.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Jefferson with the double team. Beyond the arc, and Jared Dudley gets the 3.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the 3 ball, it is so difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
Here's Cannon, defended by Young. Cannon kicks to Len. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're up. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Jefferson.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against him tonight, his name was not high on that list. That free throw good from Len. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jefferson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jefferson's got 39.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here. That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
Misses the layup.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Victor, you guys have been pushing the tempo, looking to get out and run, and it's working. Has that been a focus of late?
We figured out that we got to play fast and we got to play high tempo no matter what happens, and we got to stay together. So we got to just continue to keep working.
Well, you certainly hit them first tonight, Victor. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.